Hello everybody from Hanson, Idaho. So the people that are supposed to meet me here are not here yet because I told them I'd be here at noon, but I actually wanted to give myself a little time to let the girls go potty and stuff like that and kind of scope everything out. So I'm here about a half hour early, no big deal. And I'm gonna walk around the trailer to check it out, make sure the tires are good to go and stuff like that. But they've got a pin lock on it to where I can't go ahead and hook to it yet. And so I'll do what I can. I'm not going to try to get a permit yet because I want to chat with the people that are showing up. When I get the permit, I don't know whether or not I'm supposed to get just a permit for the trailer itself, or if I need to report the whatever it's hauling, and in this case a truck, a pickup. And I just don't know. I know nothing about that, so I'm gonna ask them. If they don't know, then I'll call Idaho. They have a phone number I can call. Alright everybody, this is a no-go. I had to call dispatch and let them know I'm not going to be able to take this trailer because I have a clearance problem. The corner of the trailer, right here, when I make a left-hand turn, was getting up into the, you know what I mean, words escape me right now. And so I wouldn't have been able to make a left-hand turn, and realistically, that's just not happening. And as you can see, my fifth wheel, it's up as high as it'll go. So the greatest load I almost never had. I mean, the greatest load I almost had. And there's the truck over there I was supposed to take. So somebody else will have to deal with it. Tell you one thing, it made me appreciate why I don't do flatbed. I have grease all over me, and I'm gonna need some of that scrubby, gritty stuff just to get the grease off me. Of me. Anyway, I am heading down to the truck stop. I've got my ELD on personal convenience because right now I'm just off duty. I'm in between dispatches. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. But I'm in between dispatches, and I may need to talk to this guy. He's the one that brought me the Ford. I'm not able to take that trailer because the nose of the trailer gets into my nozzle on my auxiliary tank. So I already called everybody to let them know that I can't take it. So I was expecting they'd probably be letting you know soon. But the truck's right where you left it. All right, you have a good day.
You don't have anything for you to take?
I'm going to go down there and check the load board and see what's going on. So,
Okay.
yeah, I need ice.
It's hot.
It is. It's getting pretty warm out here. You have a good day.
You too.
Oh yeah, and they didn't help me load. They just kind of like gave me, he gave me the truck and says, here you go. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I can figure this out. But I am glad I took some test drives around the yard to make sure before I loaded that truck up, and then found out I can't take the trailer. Anyway, yeah, I need ice. It's pretty warm. Okay. It's all part of the job. So it goes like this. While I was in the truck stop getting ice, I got a call from I guess the reload board traffic manager, and she says, hey, your traffic manager said you were looking for another load. I said, yeah. I said, I can't look at the reload board. The DMA app isn't loading the reload board. She says, well, this is what I got. So she kind of went through the list. It was a very small list. And so I've got this fifth wheel that picks up in Colorado and it goes to Texas. And I went, yeah, what about my North Carolina load? She goes, well, that's not pressing because it's not sold or anything. So it won't hurt if you take this load. And I'm like, okay, if you say so. I don't want to get in trouble here. And then, so I've been dispatched on it. And then my traffic manager called me and she says, did the other traffic manager mention to you about compensating you for your time? I said, no, she didn't mention it. She goes, did you have a lot of deadhead? And I'm like, not really, because of that load that I took from Pendleton down. I didn't have a lot of deadhead. I said, once I delivered, I only drove like an hour and a half to get back to the flatbed. And she says, you didn't stay the night or anything, or have to stay the night? No. I mean, I did stay the night, but I was under dispatch on the other load, so technically that didn't count. She goes, well, I'll make sure we compensate you somehow, which they're really good about doing that. I said, okay. Apparently, I'll do a lot of stuff for free. I'm on my way to Golden, Colorado. I think it's Golden, Colorado. I know that the address is on West Colfax. And I know Colfax is a Colorado, a Denver thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll. Oh, the other reason that I wanted to update you guys. I've got 8 hours and 16 minutes that I can drive before I have to do my reset. So I'm gonna start boogieing towards Colorado. According to Google Maps, it's an 11-hour and 15-minute drive. So I won't quite make it all the way there before I need to do a reset anyway. But I got myself some truck stop food. And we're just going to make a mess and eat and get crumbs all over the truck and drive down the road. Right? Chloe says, yes. Alrighty, my lady bean. You okay? She hurt her foot or something yesterday. Or a couple of days ago, she's been limping around like a senior citizen. Not bad limping, but just limping. I pick her up and I put her in the truck, and then I pick her up and I put her on the ground. She's getting the royal treatment. Alrighty, folks. You know me. I got places to go. So we'll catch you on down the road. Who knows what this episode's going to be like. Morning from Green River, Utah. I am sitting inside the West Winds restaurant. And it's to-go orders only because they don't have a waitress on Friday. Hence, it's why I tell people thank you for coming to work so that I can eat. It's to go. I got a to-go order, but it would have been nice to sit and relax and have a breakfast. I haven't done that since Pendleton. Anyway, for all of you out there in the food service industry that are watching this, thank you for coming to work so that we can eat. This is by far the finest looking breakfast burrito I've seen in a long time. I relocated the truck to a shaded area because if yesterday is any indication, it's going to get pretty warm today, and I don't want to have to run the truck too much for air conditioning. So we're going to seek out shade. I might move around town a little, maybe try to find something else for parking to stay cool. But at some point, probably going to have to run the truck for air conditioning. Right now we're going to enjoy our breakfast burrito and the shade and a nice cool breeze. I moved the truck to a different shaded location with a much bigger tree. Ain't that a nice tree? However, it's getting pretty warm to the point yeah, just come flying by me and stir up dust. Rude. Anyway, it's getting to the point where it's getting pretty warm, and even in the shade, I don't know how cool we're going to stay. However, back where all that dust storm is, where Mr. Yob and Anahu come driving through here, there's a river. I thought I'd take the girls and walk down to the river. I didn't know we were going to have traffic. Let's go see the river. Chloe's bringing up the rear. Looks like a swift moving river. I don't want to get too close because of the girls. Not that they're that adventurous. Well, I've heard of it happening to other drivers, and it has now happened to me. I'd already installed my battery and raised the unit up, and some dude comes out and says, "I'm sorry, this load is canceled. It's not going to Texas anymore." There's the unit there, the Jayco North Point, and I'm like, Okay, to be clear, what he said was, Horizon's been trying to get a hold of you. This load is canceled, and I'm really sorry, but we just don't have anything going that direction. I said, okay. Because I never argue with a customer. That doesn't do any good. So I called Horizon. I called Control. And they're like, yeah, she's like, I've got limited information on this load. I cannot tell whether it's been canceled or not. And she says, I'm sorry, I just, and I'm like, that's okay. I'd rather you say you don't know than say, yeah, hook to it, it'll be fine, and then it really not be fine. And so I said, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. So I'm going to nab my battery, and I'm going to leave. I said, because I don't need these people. And she laughed, and I laughed. Because I'm like, yeah, I don't need this. I don't need this grief. So, I'm going to pull out of the area here, and yes, hun, I know, big girl. Let me see if I can find a place to park that's out of the way. Not really. Oh well. Everybody else behind me can just suck it up and go around. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I wanna fuel. So I know that there's that I forget what town it's in, but I'm gonna check for fuel. Chloe thinks we need to go to the bathroom, and there's a patch of grass, so I'm gonna let him go real quick. And because I'm already dispatched under this load, I can't self-dispatch on anything else. That option's not available. So us girls are just gonna keep heading towards Indiana. Because you know what? I don't need this grief. I don't need to pine away about it. No big deal. It happens for whatever reason. And I got better things to do than worry about whether or not I can hook to a load. Hey, look at it this way. I was bobtailing back from Washington in the first place when I kind of, sort of, in a roundabout sort of way, kind of ended up with this load anyway. So I'm not worried about it. Alrighty. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Yes, ma'am. You know what that means. Alright, let me get your leash. That looks like a whole lot of fun waiting to happen. So, according to Google Maps, there's an accident up ahead. 5-minute delay. Both lanes of traffic are bumper to bumper. I took a rest area so the girls could potty. Now I'm getting back out onto the big road so I can wait with the rest of them. I think that this is about the time that some of the ELD drivers would rather pull over and go off duty so that this delayed driving time isn't counting against your driving hours. I do not have it in me to sit like that. I considered it for 0.68 seconds, and then I'm like, no, I'm just gonna get back out on the road, crawl through the traffic with everybody else, because I can't stand to just sit there. When I'm in driving mode, I want to drive. When I'm in relaxed mode, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go anywhere. So just thought I'd share that with you, because everybody handles their logging time differently, how they want to log their hours, what they want to count, what they don't. I know some people do silly things, and I don't know, personal convenience. I don't know how. I'm not smart enough to cheat on my logbook. I've been that way for years. I'm like, yeah, I'm not smart enough to cheat on my log. Some people are really good at it. The ELD makes it harder, but then I know there's things that some drivers can do to kind of fiddle with the numbers, I guess. You know what? I'm just gonna log in and I'm gonna go, because that's what I'm gonna do. I have no idea how far up ahead the accident is, but if I get a chance, I'll show you. I don't know if my eyes deceive me or not. It's still a little ways off, but it looks like a transporter took the shoulder and ended up way off the road. If not a transporter, somebody pulling a camper. You'll see when I get closer. The wind is blowing. That could have factored in. I haven't checked the wind gauge app. Let me check the wind gauge app. Where's the wind gauge app? There it is. 22 miles an hour. Gust up to 34. Or somebody maybe got sleepy or tired. I don't know. It's hard to say. Alright, I'm getting close enough. I'll turn the camera around. Me into anything, bud. pickup truck pulling the fifth wheel camper. Looks like his driver's side front fender got clipped by that, I guess, car and camper that's laying on its side. Hope everybody's okay. That's Interstate 80, mile marker 34. What state am I in, Sale? Oh, wow. I don't even remember what state I'm in. Iowa. I think I'm in Iowa. Oh, and that attitude you heard from me where the guy's like, come on, and I'm like, you ain't telling me what to do. I've been that way for a long time too. It's like, don't tell me how to drive my truck. I feel I need to be cautious going through there. Plus I want to see what's going on. Which I know is probably slowing things down. But then don't we all? Oh, kudos to the pickup pulling the fifth wheel for keeping it upright. Yeah? Top of the morning to you. Made it to Goshen, Indiana last night. Got a good night's sleep. I could have hooked to the unit last night for my next load, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna get some sleep. Must have some sleep. Can you tell that this yard needs a little bit of work on the driveway? Well, on to my next adventure. So I want to go ahead and just thank everybody for watching. It's been fun. And I'll catch you on the next episode. And just remember, guys, it's all about the perspective.